Hello everybody, it's Emma and welcome back to my channel. Today is a bit of a spontaneous video, and that's because I wanted to give some people some shout outs. These are going to be shout outs from my fellow YouTube friends, YouTube creators, other YouTube accounts I love to follow, some Instagrammers and some TikTokers and pretty much everything in between. And I wanted to give some of you guys specifically a shout out for just being so engaging in the comments, but believe me, I read every single comment. I appreciate everyone who gives these videos a thumbs up, a watch, and a comment. It means so much to me. But some people, very faithful in the comments, always engaging with me and others, and we'll get to that later. If you're new here, this is a really random video for YouTube to show you, but welcome. My name is Emma, and I like to talk about all sorts of things zero waste, focusing on particularly free, easy, and fun ways to live low waste. And I post new content every Thursday Japan Standard Time, which is Wednesday in the US, but I also like to do random Monday uploads like this one, which is Sunday in the US. But of course, everything is subject to change because I am moving soon. I am living in Japan right now, but I'm headed back to the States here shortly. And then one last thing, if I talk a little bit too fast for you, you can change the speed of the video using the gear icon right down here. And with all that out of the way, let's jump right in. Let's talk about some YouTubers first. So chances are, if you follow me on any of my platforms, you also probably follow at least one, if not multiple, of these other people I'm going to be mentioning. The first one is Coco Shin. Coco talks about all sorts of things from veganism, consciousness, radical self-care, sustainability, and all sorts of things in between. She just always has such a positive vibe in her videos. Her videos are so much fun to watch. And then Coco is also on TikTok. And right along those lines is Susie from Chew on That. And I say right along those lines because we became YouTube friends, all the three of us, in November, where we did a Thanksgiving special. And then we also did an Earth Day special this year. So we've had a lot of fun collaborating, the three of us together. But Susie's channel focuses mostly on commentary, consciousness, and sustainability. There's so much fun, such deep dives into the rabbit holes that I love to go in myself. So a quick shout out, Susie also has a small brand called Branching Together. They take buckets, wood, other things that would otherwise go to the landfill and then turn it into goods for us to purchase and that are very useful around the home. So that's super cool. Oh, and real quick, all of these people, their YouTube channels, Instagrams, TikToks will all be linked down below. So go give them a follow. The next person I really admire and love to watch on YouTube is Charlotte from Our Future is Mars. Charlotte and I, we've collabed twice now. I really love Charlotte's channel because she is still in high school, and that just blows my mind because, you know, when I was in high school, I was like going to school, doing my sports, hanging out with my friends, like typical high school stuff, not worrying about the state of the climate, which first off, so sad that high schoolers these days have to think about that, but at the same time, it just really gives me hope and makes me feel empowered knowing that our future generation knows what's going on in the world and isn't ignoring it like some past generations. But that's why a really big thing I love about Charlotte's channel is that I feel like a lot of people in the sustainability movement are like anywhere in their 20s white women, and Charlotte being a lot younger than the average sustainable influencer crowd is really cool because it shows that there is no age limit to sustainability. You don't have to have a car. You don't have to live alone. You don't have to be an adult. You can take responsibility for your everyday actions and responsibility for the earth, whether you're 14 or 94. And I think she really captures that in her channel, proving that everybody can live more zero waste. The next few on YouTube are probably some that you already have heard of. The first one being Shellbizzle. I talk about her a lot, and I guarantee at least half of you watching this follow her as well. She's definitely the first zero waster I ever subscribed to on YouTube. Her videos are very informational. It can be a bit of a damper as well. I talk about that in my non-aesthetic things about my zero waste life video, is that coming into the zero waste movement, seeing that perfectly curated zero waste life can be hard, but at the same time it's like, ooh, well, zero waste doesn't have to be ugly. It doesn't have to be hard or complicated or anything. So I think it's good to have people on all sorts of sides of the spectrum, and she's definitely over here where I'm more over here. But I think she focuses mostly on like sustainable products, fashion, makeup, that sort of stuff. That's more her realm in the zero waste world. And I think it's great that we're all in the sustainability movement, but we all also have like our micro niches. And I think that's really cool. And then right along those lines is also Levi Hildebrand. And like I said, most people in the zero waste movement are white women. And Levi is a dude. So seeing a guy as one of like the leading zero waste YouTubers is really cool, and I think really refreshing because sustainability, veganism, minimalism, you typically think of women. I guess him kind of breaking that stigma that guys can do this too. Guys can live more sustainably and it can be cool. He definitely does a lot of brand reviews. That's kind of his thing, but all of his videos are so well done. That's something I've always loved about his channel from the beginning. Speaking of interesting, but also very informational, is Earthling Ed. 99% focusing on veganism. A lot of why people are vegan are also for the planet. People are typically vegan for the animals mostly, but the environment really plays into that as well. His channel, so informative. I have learned so much from his channel, as well as entertaining. He cracks jokes, he uses memes, and even like back in the day in his early channel, it was him going out to like hot dog eating festivals, colleges, and like debating people about whether we should be vegan or not be vegan. And so it's just a fresh new take, actually going out and interacting with people, and I think that's really cool. Another pretty big YouTube channel in the zero waste world is Mary. Love her channel. I think she definitely falls in the middle of like curated zero waste life and real zero waste life. She touches on everything, which I really like, and I kind of do too. She touches on brand reviews, zero waste day in the life, zero waste food, zero waste like materials, like which is best, plastic, glass, metal, etc. Overall, a really, really helpful channel that I love to watch. The next channel I would like to shout out is Amy Maggie. I love her channel as well. She's very, very real about zero waste, which I really love. But she talks about all sorts of things from climate change, zero waste, sustainability, and social justice and social good, which I think is really important. It all ties in well together. Another channel that I actually just discovered this year is Strolling Through Life by Kristen. I love Kristen's channel. She does really, really in-depth brand reviews, which I think is really valuable. And her showing all of these brands, I think is really helpful because a lot of times people think the brands are expensive, hard to come across, hard to use, and so forth. And she really shows that these products aren't hard to use. They're not that much different than our normal products. And sometimes they don't cost more. Most of the time they don't cost more. And I really like how she shows that on her channel. Oh, and most of these people are on TikTok as well. I forgot to mention that for all of them. But again, if they are on multiple platforms, all of their platforms will be linked below. And then the last YouTube channel I want to talk about is Sustainable Teacher. Again, in the zero waste movement, talking about zero waste swaps and all that sort of stuff. But a really big perk of her channel is she is in Spanish. She is in Spanish. Her channel is in Spanish. I mentioned it earlier that the zero waste movement is mostly dominated by 20-year-old white women, but at the same time, 20-year-old white women who speak English. So I think seeing people in the zero waste movement in different parts of the world speaking different languages is so important because it makes zero waste more accessible to more people. So if your native language is Spanish, I highly encourage you to check her out. If your second language is Spanish, I highly encourage you to check it out because it really encourages me to keep up on my Spanish so I don't get rusty. That concludes all of the YouTube channels. Let's move on to some Instagrammers. The first one is Mostly Eco Morgan, and her concept is in the name. It's about living mostly eco, not perfectly, and I love that about really most of the people I follow. You know, you want to surround yourself that like you aspire to be and that radiate like positive energy and all that stuff, and that's true for all of these people because, you know, if you follow people who are nitpicking every part of your zero waste life, who are like, you're not zero waste because you rely on prescription medication that comes in plastic. That's plastic. Like, no. That's what I really love about her platform is that she's like, you know what? I felt like getting a candy bar today, so I got a candy bar, even if it came in plastic. And I'm like, thank you. Because it's not about perfection. It's about becoming a more conscious consumer, educating others to take action, simply doing your best, and she really displays that. The next one is Black Forager, aka Alexis Nicole on TikTok. I adore her platform. Thank you so much, Elisa, for introducing me to Black Forager. I really connect with her stuff because she lives in Ohio. So looking at all this stuff like, oh my gosh, I could have been foraging all these years when I lived in Ohio. She's out here educating us on different plants we can and can't eat, but not only like plant identifying, but also what can you do with these plants once you find them? Because you know, I can go out and pick some clovers and dandelions right now, but what do I do with them? So I think that's a really big part of her channel too. Plus, she's so much fun, so relatable, so high energy. Love her content. Next is Stevie Yay. Stevie Yay. Her name is Stevie, but she created Yay for Earth, a sustainable, locally owned, women-owned lotion company, but she also sells like body oils and serums now. She's one of those people who is very much about practical sustainability, which is what I talk about here, and she's just so much fun, so positive, so encouraging, uplifting to everybody. And the last Instagrammer who is also on TikTok is Queer Brown Vegan, not also known as, it's his name, Isaias Hernandez. Zero waste movement, typically white women. He is Hispanic male. So I love seeing, finding all these different diverse creators on the internet. And his content is so educational. So not necessarily focusing on like the swaps and the brands and all that, but more like what can we do as individuals? How does climate justice go with racial justice? All that sort of stuff, everything in between. I seriously learned so much from him. Okay, let's move on to some TikTokers. Of course, all these people I already mentioned, at least most of them are already on TikTok, but these people I'm going to be mentioning are like specifically on TikTok, or that's like their main platform. And the first one is Carissa and climate. I think I start every single entry like that. I love But no, Carissa is a marine biologist, so she's very knowledgeable about the topic. She lives in Hawaii, so she's always out in the ocean, educating us on stuff like microplastic, species extinction, everything in between. And what I really love about TikTok is very much a platform for education, but also entertainment. And I love when creators combine the two, because, you know, I can sit here and talk climate change is XYZ. People will be bored, but if you turn it into a funny viral TikTok, then you get that message across to so many more people because it's entertaining. And she definitely has a good balance of like serious stuff and entertaining stuff, but all relating to climate change. The next one is Zero Waste Daniel. His content is so cool. He's a fashion designer that specifically takes fabric scraps and turns it into new and beautiful pieces and shows us the whole process behind the scenes. Another account I love on TikTok is Eco OGs. They are two Black conservationists, and their whole TikTok platform is talking about zero waste swaps, what we can do as individuals, and really just building a community and educating us all on conservation, which is really cool. I'm sure you all have heard of this next one, and that is Brightly. They are also on Instagram. Brightly is a women-founded, women-owned like platform, I guess. They have an app as well, but so their TikTok, they take people from, it's typically like the main few people on Brightly, but they'll also have like guest stars on their TikTok, which I think is pretty cool. And they share, and same with Eco Talk. Eco Talk is another one. They take content already on the internet and then just share it, of course, crediting the creator, which is really important. Those other creators can grow and this community can grow. And then the last one for TikTok is Earth Stewardess. She is also on Instagram. I think I actually found her on Instagram. She is so much fun. So many of these creators, I really, really love how they can talk about these hard topics and be so passionate and happy and upbeat about it. Because like I said, if you're like monotone talking about how sad climate change is, nobody's gonna listen. I don't know, if you're more upbeat, I feel like more people are inclined to follow along and learn from you. Earth Stewardess, she takes like TikTok trends and spins them in a sustainable zero waste way, which is just awesome. Okay, and lastly, some shout outs for you guys. Again, I just want to shout out a few people who have been here for a year, a month, anything in between, but are always commenting, always engaging not only with me, but with other people. And that seriously means so much to me. Like I said, I read every single comment, whether you comment once or 7,000 times, I'm gonna see your name. But these are names that have definitely stood out to me over the past few months because I see them a lot. And that's what I think is so cool, is like when you comment frequently, I start to get to know you as well, and it becomes more of like we're friends and not so much just commenting back and forth to one another. I don't know if that makes sense. Whether you comment once or 100 times, I really appreciate your comments, your likes, your views. If you share this channel, if you subscribe, any sort of action to help grow this channel means so much to me. I've said this since the beginning. I didn't start this channel to make money, to make a living off of doing this. I started this channel to educate others. So the more people that comment, like, subscribe, the more this channel can reach other people. And that's ultimately been the goal, is to educate as many people as possible. So thank you to all of you who make it possible. I know you probably hear YouTubers saying it all the time, but seriously, my content would be nothing without the people who are helping share that content. So thank you so much. Let's just get into the shout outs. But we got CC, Andy, we got Arson, Sharon, Eva, Aaron, Emily, and Lydia. I see your guys' comments all the time. Thank you so much for being consistent. And of course, all of my YouTube friends, Coco, Susie, Charlotte, you guys all comment on my videos too. It really means the world. That's honestly how we met one another, is by finding similar channels and commenting on them. And then we're like, hey, let's just be friends. So anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this little shout out video. Just know that no comment goes unread, no likes go unnoticed. Like when I click into a video and I see it's got 30, 100, anything in between likes, I'm like, oh my gosh. And seeing a video gets 1,000 views, I'm like, 1,000 people watch this video. It's so mind-blowing. It literally means the world to me. So I just wanted to give credit to some other creators I love, give credit to you guys who are always consistent, and just take a moment to say thank you, because this channel, I've been passionate about it since day one, and getting to see it flourish has just been it makes me so happy. Big thank you to you guys. But that's all that I have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this isn't like my usual content, but now you have plenty of more content to digest. Go follow all these people on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Oh, and one last thing, I actually do have a source on my website that will be linked down below that's full of so many more YouTubers, bloggers, Instagrammers, TikTokers, as well as documentaries, books, and podcasts. It's full of so many resources. I encourage you to check it out if you want to find more people who kind of have the same niche as me and you want to learn more about climate change, zero waste, and all that. definitely check out these people. But that is all that I have for today. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it all the way to the end. This was way longer than anticipated, but I appreciate your time. If you enjoyed this, of course, don't forget to give it a like, and don't forget to comment your favorite blogger, zero waster, Instagrammer, YouTuber, TikToker down below, because this list is not conclusive. I love so many more creators out there. These were just like my top 20 or so. If you have more, definitely share them down below so we can give all of the creators the love they deserve. And until next time, remember that these small changes you make have a big impact in the long run. Bye, guys. For just being so engaging, so upbeat and outgoing, upbeat and easygoing. I don't know what I'm trying to get at. I didn't script this, by the way. I say that in all of my unscripted videos, and I think she does a really job conveying all of that. Can you tell my voice is getting hoarse? I've literally been talking all day. Maybe a drink of water will help. And honestly, yeah, that's all I have to say. And for the bloopers, this very well might be the last video in my house. I said that's about my last video, but then I decided to film another one. If this is the last video in this house, goodbye, house. Thank you for being my studio. I'll see you in Vegas. Even though this is not the last video you'll be seeing, the last video you'll be seeing that I filmed in this house will be released like August 15th or something. So that's kind of crazy, but this is the last video that I'm filming. Okay, I've talked enough. Bye.